Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome him, Robin Williams!
Bless you. It takes me a while, but it can be trained. What a wonderful use of the language.
It's lovely to have you here, Robin.
It's nice to be here, sir. Took a while, but nice to be here.
Well...
A semi-move. Ow.
I thought, as Mrs. Doubtfire might, you know, suddenly materialise...
tea, dear.
I'd put a little tea there. If you fancy that, just go for it.
Oh,
it's the
you know,
whole...
I love that, dear. That's lovely. A little tea and Prozac makes the day go so quick. And some sugar. Oh, Betty Ford speedball. Great, okay.
You going to be Mum?
Oh, let me be Mum. And you dress up. Oh, look at these pants. It's so much easier to do the cuffs. Just a little bit. Shall we? Do you like it hot?
Yes.
I bet you do.
Oh, I do.
And do you have a tea ball?
No, but the milk goes in first.
Does it?
Yes, Mrs. I thought...
I'm American. What do you want from me?
Well, we won't bother this. I have a little bourbon, you have a little water, the tea's there, everyone.
A little bourbon and water. All of a sudden we went from Mrs. Doubtfire to Mrs. Doubtfizz. All right, baby, a little cocktail.
Cheers.
Here's to you, sweetheart.
Here's to the movie.
Here's to making English a second language. Okay, there you go. Sure, people drink bourbon after about 2 or 3 drinks. They're going, I love you, but I'll kill you. Yeah, beautiful, baby. I swear to God, let's wake up in a field.
Now, I would like to say, genuinely, that I've seen the movie, and it's great family entertainment. It's nice that you're making films for kids, and I can take my little girl along to that. You spent, for the benefit of anyone who does not know, Mrs. Doubtfire, Robert is Mrs. Doubtfire.
She's a woman, yes.
Is a woman?
Yeah.
I mean, you went the whole way. You did the shaving of arms, and,
yeah.
And did you have leg wax and things like that?
Oh, no, I didn't, yeah. And bikini wax, too, which is totally unnecessary, but... Now we can go to Cannes. I even went to the gynecologist. I thought, this is too much.
Just doing the whole method thing. I even had a period. But no.
Is that too much?
The voice, Mrs. Doubtfire's voice, where is it exactly?
It's kind of it's a synthesis of it's like a Glaswegian accent, because I just finished working with Bill Forsyth for 4 months. So it's I first started doing the voice was very much like that. It's like Julia Childs, and I realized that would scare even a hyperactive child. So I had to kind of tune it down, and I got more like Margaret Thatcher on steroids, and it went down. And then I slowly but surely kind of took a little bit of Bill Forsyth and a little bit of this costume designer who's this wonderful sweet lady named Merritt, and combined them and got this gentle, gentle voice of Mrs. Doubtfire, who can still say, "Get away!"
It was gentle.
Oh, she's nourishing. She could breastfeed an entire football team.
Are
they here? All right, Mum, go in the game. There you go, Tommy. Now score. Yes, right. Go for it.
You have never, obviously, in your entire life, had any problems with voices. I mean, even in the movie, there's a lot...
I hear them, yeah.
You hear them?
I'm almost done, I know. Voices, yeah, I mean, imitation.
No, I mean, like in that, there's that lovely scene where Dad, that's you as Dad and not Mrs. Doubtfire, kind of is left alone with the dinosaurs on that TV show. And you were using the dinosaurs with voices, and you were...
putting like a kind of a...
Characterization.
Kind of Viva Jurassic, you know? Or a Tyrannosaurus line. One incredible sensation. Different things. I mean, the voices...
Started as a kid, though, didn't it? I mean, I'm told you used to play with soldiers and modern voice and all this sort of stuff.
Well, as an only child, it was just me and the puppet. So it's like... What shall we do today, Lumpy? Will you be choking me again? Ah, the little pirate's asleep.
I mentioned voices because In Aladdin, I mean, did that start out as one voice, the genie? Because
they wanted me to do the script, and then I came in one day, the first day, and read it and tried it, the scripted version, and then I asked, "Do you mind if I play?" They went, "No, try." And I just went off and did everything I knew, and it was great because I did about, I don't know how many.
Did they just let you run riot?
Oh, big time. There's 30 hours of stuff that they eventually condensed. But it was fun because it was like any voice, you know. We could do anybody Des because we're here, and damn it, look at you wearing every color. It's the end of the viewing day. Do it all, you know. You can do this. Look at you. I'm saying you look fabulous. Look at this thing you're doing. And this cow chest, I'm saying, okay, you know. And look at this set. You could land a plane on here. It's a runway light, goes up to infinity, okay. But voices, they come because you can change, you know. You can change your voices, just anything. Judy and I are so happy to be here, we could drop a log. That whole thing, you know. There's all sorts of voices, and it's all right, you know. You do voices here in London. There's so many to hear. It's great, really. It's wonderful. You know that?
Yeah, I know.
Right, hello, Mark. Get over here, Mark. So, you ever do Mindy? No, stop it.
In the movie, Mrs. Doubtfire...
I mean, do you have, like, political voices? Like, people ask, how do you do George Bush? Here's a quick thing. First of all, you take John Wayne and you tighten his ass and you've got George Bush. It doesn't take a lot. You just take it right up there. And if you go even further, you just take it like that. You've got Ross Perot. You know, it's basically you cross a pit bull and Walter Britton. Let me finish. Let me finish. It's a whole other thing. You know, that's what's fun about it.
In the movie, you played what can only be described, I suppose, as, for any kid, as the perfect dad. I mean, he gives up everything just to be with those kids. How were you in real life as a dad? Did you change nappers? You got Zachary, Zelda, and Cody. Did you change nappers?
Yeah, sometimes. It's a little rough because, I don't know, basically you look at a baby, they're cherubs. How do they basically take mother's milk and turn it into toxic waste, you know? You know, it's very strange. You open it up and go, oh my God. And there's the dog sitting over in the corner going, put his face in it. I do once in a while. I'm not very good in the morning, but they're up at 4:30 like, hi. And I'm like, yeah, Daddy loves you. I woke up this morning, my son had a little pirate pistol going, I killed you. Playing the Menendez home game. It's like you get up and go, oh, Daddy really loves you. Daddy loves you. Okay, we're going to put in a little microwave waffles, but first, Daddy's going to just put Aladdin on for a brief moment. Oh, no, Daddy put Debbie Does Dallas. Not a good movie. Okay, everybody's going through puberty a little early. I'm not good in the morning, and they know that.
Tell us about what's happening in America at the moment.
Oh, God. I mean, the earthquake alone is...
Were you in that?
I live in San Francisco every day. You get little aftershocks. People get pretty blasé. There's like a 3.4, which is... And people go, oh, I'm fine. I'm just going to the kitchen. But these are, I mean, when it starts to get around 6.6, you know, they go geometrically up. It's like, at 6.6, it's like, ah! I know somebody's having sex going, I'm incredible! I mean, there's very few places. I think there's very few places you can really be safe. The only place I think is really safe during a major earthquake is near someone who's had a major facelift. You know? You have to find them because you know that's not going to fall. But it's a frightening thing because I think it's just God redecorating, you know? If there's any good side to things like earthquakes is that people suddenly drop all of the, you know, where's my fax machine? And simple things mean like water, air. And people start to take care of each other. I mean, that really happened. In San Francisco, the same thing happened. That crime goes down. I think crime in L.A. went down 80%. I think it's because they can't find their ammunition. But, honey, can you say my 38? But it starts that people start to forget about, you know, everything else, and you're forced back to the bottom line of taking care of each other. It happens. And then people start to realize, you're my neighbor. I've been hooked up to the cable for 4 years. There's people. And who are you?
I'm your son.
Oh. I've been watching football for 10 years. But it suddenly starts to happen, which is if there is any good side to something like that, people start to band together and help. We do this thing called comic relief. And I just finished that about a week ago. And, you know, there's a huge homeless problem in America. And people say, yeah, it's just bums and winos. But then the truth is, it's a lot of families. And now, after this earthquake, it's a huge amount of families. And so it's people starting to have to take care of people on a you know, door-to-door basis or neighborhood basis. And then it builds. And that's where the random acts of kindness counteract the random acts of violence, you know. It's a strange thing. We're an armed nation. We're so well armed. You know, it's like, honey, I'm going to the store. Cover me. And I don't know how we get around that, except maybe we have all these nuclear weapons. We just split them up and give everybody one. You say if someone breaks into your house, you take out the block.
Let me ask you, what do you make of us, the British?
I love coming here because there's all these different things going on, you know. It was an amazing thing. You know, you come to England, you see a black man. You go, yo, bro, what it is? Yo, excuse me, my man, what's up, what's up? Let me not diss you. And he goes, pardon me. Oh, tell him not to go that way, man. You've been pushing the boundary too long. But it's,
Come over here and make a movie over here.
I did. I made a movie called Being Human. It was great. The English crews are like I think some of the best in the world because they're so amazing. I think everybody who's in English army says, you know what I'm going to do now? Make movies. It's right. Because you have, you know, first ADs who are like English officers. All right, Tom, we're going to be laying dolly track. And then we're going to get a two-shot. Do you understand? Now, this is a river full of snakes. I'll go, sir. Thank you, Thomas. With our beer, there was a boom shadow. Sorry. But it's like, and in the crews, we had like, when we did this movie Being Human, the crew was part Scottish, you had people, you know, English, everything, which is great. And I love working here because you're so genteel about it. That's lunch, and please do be quick. Thank you.
Tea.
Oh, there's
too late, it's cold now.
Too late, there it is.
You got the Riddler coming up?
Maybe.
Batman?
Yeah, if the script is good, I'll do that.
Oh, that's not fixed. We heard that was fixed.
It's not fixed. Oh.
Set.
Oh, good. Thanks.
Contracted.
Yeah, not yet.
And you got another movie coming up where you play about another 3 or 4 or 5 parts. Am I right there?
That's the movie Being Human, the one that Bill Forsyth directed. It's 5 parts over 5,000 years, and they're all named Hector. I can see you going, that should be good, really. Can't wait to see that one. Yeah.
There'll be more than that in it. Listen, I know you had a busy schedule. Good luck with the movie. Not that that's going to need it. This is Doubtfire. Take the family.
Thanks.
Robin Williams, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Robin. I was just about to say a good clown can make you laugh at any time, no matter what. And here's a great clown. Ken Dodd, ladies and gentlemen.
How's that for a car wash? Hi, Joe, you're looking very well, Desmond.
Thank you.
Yes, this is a beautiful place.
It is nice.
It's like a job centre. What a lovely audience, yes? Are you all in a good mood? Yes! Good. Lend us a quid. I could do with it. What? Trouble? Trouble? You don't know what trouble is?
I was just going to say...
trouble, because this morning, stress, strain, Desmond, I should never wish you that. This morning, I thought I must ring up the Samaritans. That's how desperate. I rang up the Samaritans, I said, hello, my name's Ken Dodd. The fellow at the other end shot himself. Now, it's been a very sensational year for me, this, you know. I've made some very bad investments this year. I've been badly advised, you see. I mean, the bacon factory in Israel, now that was a mistake. People come to you with these wild ideas. The battery-operated raincoat for flashers who want to keep their hands in their pockets.
you enjoy Christmas?
Christmas.
I finally said something.
Good lad. You must have had happy Christmases.
I'm just saying it's lovely to
You're
see
built
you.
like a little action man.
I am a bit light, I'm a bit svelte.
We used to move house every December. My dad was terrified that Father Christmas would find out where we lived. Do you know what I love about Christmas time? I knew we'd love it. Pantomime. I
was just going to ask. I really was just going to
I
ask.
love that. Last year, we were in Stockport.
I nearly asked.
Yes.
I nearly asked.
I love pantomime. Last year, we were in Stockport. We hadn't done anything wrong. We just had to go there. Did a new pantomime. We did The Cat in the Chemist's. Puss in Boots. Stop the car! This year we're going to Halifax. Puss in Boots. Wonderful story. You know the story, Puss in Boots?
I know it vaguely. It's not one of
Well,
those...
it's all about a magic moggy, you see. This magic moggy, and he goes round talking to people and giving them advice, like, don't come back after the interval, it's rubbish. For me, pantomime, the most exciting day for me, pantomime, I'm sure of you, is the first day of rehearsals. First day of rehearsals, I always try to find out who the good fairy is, then avoid him for the rest of the season. The kids in the audience help because they're always shouting out, he's behind you! I think Christmas time, could I, before you interrupt me, could I tell? Can I tell you a Christmas story? A Christmas story, this is right under the sort of Dickensian days. There was a man, you see, he was very, very poor. This poor fellow, he was poor, and he had nothing for Christmas. So he had a bright idea. He knew that the butcher had a bull terrier. So he went round to the butcher's shop and he lured the bull terrier out with an aniseed ball and dragged it back to his house, took it in the kitchen, got the bellows down from the fireplace, turned the bull terrier around and pumped him up. Dragged him back to the butcher's, said, look, you look at our dog's done. The butcher said, what's he done? He said, he's nicked our turkey. He said, he pinched our turkey. Our Christmas dinner, your bull terrier stole it and all the mince pies. And the butcher said, well, you naughty dog, you know. He said, right, take my turkey. There, that's the biggest in the shop. I was saving that for me. You take my turkey. He said, I couldn't do it. Take my turkey. He said, they're the wife's Christmas cake, a few mince pies, have a happy Christmas day. So he did. He had a lovely Christmas day. Boxing Day, he went out for a walk and he's passing the butcher's shop. And there he saw the butcher brushing the glass up. And all the shop front boarded up. So he went to the butcher, he said, have you had a break-in? The butcher said, no, just the opposite, actually. It was the most strange thing ever, he said. I got up Christmas morning. He said, I thought I'll take the wife a cup of tea up to bed, because she's very good at it. As I went downstairs, he said, I lit the fire. I took the bellows down from the top. And the bull terrier shot through the shop window. Young people today, it's a different world. They believe in science fiction. Do you believe in science fiction?
Yes, a little bit. I was going to ask
you. You look as though you just landed. Listen. And I was going to ask you, why don't you... Des, why don't you phone home? I saw this film the other night. You saw it as well, 'cause it's very sad. Science fiction. I saw this film the other night in our house. They're all about this astronaut. See, I'm what they call a sci-fi buff. Sometimes I put my trousers on in case... Most of the time, I rather enjoy parading about the house in my pelt and sitting in the Chesterfield. Anyway, this astronaut, he shot off into space, went 3 times around the galaxy, stopped at Mars for a little work, rest and play. He brought the spacecraft back to Earth, he swooped low over the Bernard Manning Memorial Sewage Farm, and when he landed, he suddenly realized he was 100 years into the future. He'd had what they call a time slip. You may well have one yourself when you knock off work at 2:30 and think nobody notices. He was 100 years into the future, and everything on Earth had changed. There were no roadworks on the M1. Fantasy. What do you reckon they're doing with that road? Digging it up all? I think they're making a canal out of it. Where the hell are all those cones coming from? Every time you go down the M1, there's more cones. Somebody's breeding those cones, you know? Have you noticed on a Sunday morning, or a bank holiday, there's always 2 or 3 of them on top of each other? That's what we are. We are being taken over by the cone people.
I mean, it's interesting. You've always... There are a lot of the stars, you know, they make their way, they do well, and they leave their background. You've always lived and chose to live in Liverpool.
I love Liverpool, yes. Liverpool, for me, is the greatest city in the world. Liverpool, the greatest, the most humorous, the funniest people in the world from Liverpool. Liverpool is... They're all... Arthur Askew used to say, you've got to be a comedian to live in Liverpool.
Badge, then. I know what the badge means. It's an award that you got from Rotary for a lot of your charity work, right?
Yes, that's the... Yes, Rotary International, yeah.
You do a lot, don't you, for old people?
Old people, yes. What do you think I'm here for? No, I like to do... I think most show business people do a lot for charity, and I like to do shows for children's charities and old people, because old people can be very, very funny. Very funny. Sometimes a bit unkind. But I did an old age pension show, a senior citizen show, I'm sorry, down here in London once, and a lady came up to me and said, "Here, Kynes," she said, "Kynes." She said, "All stuck up for you the other day, I did." I said, "Did you, Thora?" "Yes," she said. "I told my neighbour, Mrs. Jenkinson, I was coming to see your show, and my neighbour, Mrs. Jenkinson, said, 'How?' She said, 'I don't like that Ken Dodd. He's ugly,' she said. 'He's got an ugly face.' But she said, 'I stuck up for you, Ken.' I said, 'Did you, Thora?' 'Yes,' she said. I told her. I said, 'He's got to be like that. He's a comedian.'"
I want you to know one thing, Kenneth. Look at me. I'm going to get to say this. On behalf of our viewers at home and our studio audience, everyone who loves a clown, we wish you well.
Thank you.
She brings us glamour, wit, sophistication, and soon to star in the West End in the musical Annie. Please welcome Lily Savage! You're getting taller.
No, I'm not, mate. You're shrinking with our age, not me getting taller. I hope I'm not getting any taller. Maybe it's the baby bio I'm on.
It's nice to see you here.
And you and all. Very nice, very glam new set here.
You like all this?
You could do with a couple of nets up there, couldn't you? Couldn't you? All the neighbours looking in. No, it is very nice, this.
Nice to have you popping in.
Yes,
'Cause
pleasure.
You're a busy kid. You've done, what's it, blankety blank?
Did blankety blank.
My brain went blankety blank then.
Well, mine went blankety blank after blankety blank and all, because you hear that rotten tune 10 times. Blankety blank, blankety blank, blankety blank. It's wake up in the morning, blankety blank, Scape. You just smash my head on the sink to try and stop it. I've done blankety blank. I've got tour. I've just one more night to do on the tour in Liverpool, and then I'm finished. I've done a video, which we filmed in Edinburgh at my nails. Just fell off. I need more seaweed in my dyes. I've got vitamin deficiency, Des. I'm run down. I've done the video, I've written this book, and I'm doing Annie.
Yeah, I know. I mean, this is all wonderful. I don't know what to talk about. Let's talk about the book first of all.
Okay.
I mean, did that come easy to you? I know you have a bright brain, girl, but writing, I mean, is that something that came easy to you?
Not really, Des. No, because what you do is, you see, because I can't do a WP, whatever they call them.
Word processor?
No, can't do. Because what happens is, I went on a course, you see, to do it. So I'm sat there, and I get bored, and I go on the chat lines, you know, so you do, don't you? And you end up talking to some, like, weirdo in Oklahoma. You know what I mean? You go, and it goes, Oklahoma, and it goes, and it says, I say, "What are you doing?" And they say, "I'm head to toe in rubber and handcuffed to the bed." And you go, "No, you're not. You're typing." Okay. So you put your blank paper down, you see, and you get your pen, and then you go round and you clean the house. You clean the windows, you clean the cupboards, you wash the floors, and you do it about 5 times. You do anything but write this rotten book.
Did you think about including President Clinton in the A to Z? I mean...
Oh, Des, this is like entertainment. That kind of thing. I mean, do you know what got me the best there? The cigar. What was he doing with that cigar? Just as well he didn't smoke a pipe, isn't it? What hypocrisy, though, isn't it, really, these Yanks? I mean, no offence. If there's any Americans in, it doesn't matter, because they can't understand me, if there's any one.
Cher understood you last
time. Oh, Cher did. Well, we're like that now, I mean, Cher. Because I do a roots for her. No, do you know what gets... Americans are very funny people, because, like, you can go in a restaurant in America, right, with a human head in a carrier bag and slap a gun on a table. Nobody flinches. Whip out 20 bags. Whoop! You're out that door, I tell you, no smoking. Shocking. And another thing, this, "Oh, have a nice day," and "missing you already." I mean, thank God we don't do that over here. Imagine them in the co-op on the checkouts. They're $14.99, thank you. "Missing you already." Absolutely. Do you know when we were... This is a true story, this, honest. Me and Arvada at school, we went to Israel for the school trip, and we went to Bethlehem, you know, where Jesus was born. Of course. So underneath this lovely church, there's a cave, you see. It wasn't a stable, it's like a cave. So he goes in this cave, me and Arvada, and we stood there in our mantillas, and you can feel the atmosphere. And all of a sudden, a party of Americans came in. And the tour leader, she said, oh, this is where Jesus was born. And they all went, oh. And she said, let's sing a song to commemorate the occasion. And they all went, oh. And do you know what they sang? They went, jingle bells, jingle jingle all the way. That's the truth, that does. That's the truth. That's American for you.
Lily, I was reading about you and the Prime Minister. You meet the Prime Minister in Edinburgh.
That's a pack of lies, a tissue of... What Prime Minister puts the willies up, Lily? That is a pack of lies. I was doing the Edinburgh Festival, and Mr. Blair was in the room next to me, you see. Now, in the paper it said I was drunk. Now, I wasn't. I was on tablets for my hay fever, and I'd had tintinitis in one of my ears, so my balance had gone slightly, you see. I see. And I'd also took my shoes off, because my verruca was killing me. But when I looked, it wasn't a verruca, it was a bit of chewing gum with a rosary bead in it, but it was killing me. And I ricocheted down the lobby in this terrible condition, Des. And I've been out all night, you see, so I got in a bit late or early, depending on how you live your life. It was 7:30 in the morning. And I got my hand wedged down the radiator, and I was screaming. Now, Tony Blair opened his bedroom door and came out in his dressing gown, eating his yoghurt because it was his breakfast. Now, I don't know to this day whether I got my hand free and lunged at him, or he lunged at me in a fit of passion. But whatever happened, that yoghurt went all down my blue frock. Now, do I hang this frock up in the wardrobe for 10 years and then reduce the strategy? Do I? What a carry on, Des. What a carry on.
Now, you're going into Annie.
I am.
And now, you know, you're going to play what? The Miss...
Miss Hannigan.
Oh, she runs the home with the children.
Miss Hannigan, you say, she's... this is before social services, so she's a bit of a slattern. And she's a bit of a drunkard, and she's in charge of the...
Will you be able
orphanage.
to do this? Or?
Oh, well, I'm in training now, Des. I'm in training. Because I don't... And she's evil to the kids. I'd never be evil to a kid. I'd never hit a kid.
Well, good luck with Annie.
Oh, no, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Now, you'll know my next guest.
Oh, we know it well.
And in the meantime, will you just thank Lily Savage? Here's a star, a real star, one of our great and best-loved entertainers, Bruce Forsyth.
Oh, a little bit closer.
Yes, it's one of those nice happy evenings having you here.
Jolly good.
By the way, Bruce, is it, and I just took a chance and said Bruce Forsyth, but it could have been Forsyth. Now, it's always a problem when people have got two pronunciations.
Well, it does depend. If I'm on a really classy show, very upmarket, then I insist on being called Bruce Forsyth. If it's an ordinary kind of show, it's Bruce Forsyth. And this show, Forsyth. Just call me Forsyth.
Bruce, you've done television for
yes.
many, many years, and obviously your face is instantly recognisable. And I know your programmes are shown abroad as well.
Oh, yes, quite a few of them,
Do
yes.
people recognise you when you're abroad?
Well, whenever I go abroad, and I want to ask you something as well, because you may find the same thing. Waiters, no matter where you go, anywhere, there's always a couple of or one waiter who remembers you, and I think that's because so many waiters from abroad come to this country to learn the language, and when they've learned the language, they go back to their home country, and they're a waiter that speaks English, so they get more money, and I think that's why. I mean, only recently I was in Spain. I was in this hotel and at this function, and there were two waiters, Spanish waiters, and they were nudging each other and looking at me and nudging them. And then one of them finally came over, and he said, "Excuse me, senor," he said, "are you David Niven?" I said, "David Niven's dead." He said, "Si, senor." But you see, you couldn't write stuff like that, could you? Yeah.
Things that happen on television as well. When people get on TV, like contestants,
yes.
they're not used to the TV, their brain seems to scramble.
Yes.
They do some very strange... And they say some funny things. You must have had a few of those.
Yeah, well, one of my greatest memories from the Generation game was this lady dentist. And I said to her, it must be a very difficult thing to learn, must serve quite a big apprenticeship. She said, yes. And she said, people volunteer for us to sort of operate on them with the teeth and all that. I said, well, they take the risk. I said, yes. So I said, well, anything unusual happened? She said, yes. Well, there was this one person, this man, and I was trying to fit a gold filling into one of his teeth. While I was fidgeting around there, it got loose and he swallowed it, just like that. So I said, well, what did you do, dear? She said, well, I told him to try and find it over the next couple of days. I said, what's it? Yes, and he found it. I said, oh, yes, so what happened then? She said, well, then he brought it back. I said, but then what did you say? I fitted it back into the tooth. So then I said, I suppose now he thinks the sun shines out of his mouth. Oh, dear, oh, dear.
I know, Bruce, you like to spend a lot of the winters in Puerto Rico.
Oh, yes.
You're going there? I know you're off there soon.
Yeah, we go there every winter. And JJ, our little boy, he loves it there because he's just started to play a bit of golf as well. So he loves it. And we go on the beach there and get in the canoe now and again. I don't know how I do this, all this sort of stuff. And then we have a drink at the beach bar there and all that. And getting to the evening time, I said, fancy a drink, son? He said, yes. Yes, Dad. He said, yes, fine. So we went into the beach bar there, and I said, dos piña coladas, uno sin alcohol. Not bad, was it? Make up your mind. And so that meant 2 piña coladas, one with alcohol, one without alcohol, you see. So the barman looked at the two of us, he looked at my little boy, JJ, and he looked at me, and he saw a slight little resemblance. He said, oh, senor, he said, your grandson? My grandson? I said, no. I said, I'm his father. He said, senor. He said, senor. He said, no. He said, senor. I said, JJ, I said, tell him I'm your father. He said, yes, Grandad. He didn't get any pocket money for 6 months. I promise you.
When you're out there in Puerto Rico, because your lovely wife, she's stunning. Well, she won the Miss World competition.
Yeah, well, she was Miss World in 1980, but a lot of people have forgotten I was Mr. Universe in 1928. Anyway.
When you walking along the front with her or wherever, restaurants, what's the reaction?
Well, the reaction in Britain is everybody knows we're married, so, you know, it's accepted, that's it. But what I love to be in places where they don't know who I am. Because Winnie's the kind of, well, when she walks into a room, everybody does go, God, you know, even the women go, dear, oh dear, what a beautiful looking girl. And then they look at this old man walking behind her and they think, who the hell's he? He must be her manager, you know. And if we're out somewhere and they're getting a bit puzzled like that and we get up and dance, now that's a different thing because I don't dance like a manager. Believe me. And you probably, did you remember my wife on the Generation Game? Yes. Dancing the merengue. I mean, she's like a professional dancer.
She was wonderful.
She's absolutely amazing. I mean, she's so clever in so many other ways. She can paint, she can do sculpture, she's very artistic, she's been producing shows over in Puerto Rico, television shows. She's so amazing, and then she could be a professional dancer. She's absolutely amazing. And I always wonder, because in Puerto Rico and any of that part of the Caribbean and South America, if they play the merengue, everybody gets up. I mean, the salsa and the rumba, okay, a few bit, but everybody gets up and they all get on the floor because it is such a simple dance.
Do you think the people out there got more rhythm than the people here? Could we do it?
Well, I don't think so. I think that British women could be as good at merengue. And why have the lights gone up? Why are all the women getting under their seats? No, but if there are any ladies here, we'd like a group of ladies to come and do just 15 seconds
Doreen
of
will do it. Doreen on the front, do it.
Doreen? Yeah, Doreen will do, that's fine. And a few young ones as well.
Is there a prize?
Oh, there's a prize. There's a prize for it. Yeah, come on, how about, shall we? Come on.
Go and get some.
Yeah, come on. How'd you come? How'd you come here? Good, lovely. And you, love, that's fine.
What's those cameras?
Eight. Yes, dear, you on the end, that's lovely. OK, Fine. Come up here. That's it. Come on. We want 1, 2, 3, 4. We want 8. That's all. 1 there, and you from the back there, dear. It's fine. You'll do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. OK, we've got... Oh, all right. We'll have to have 9. Now then, ladies. Now, the secret of the meringue... Can you all see me? Yeah. Good. Have a look. Look what I'm doing. The secret of the meringue, it all comes from the hips. The hips, OK, and the bottom. And you dance nice and close. Get right in. I won't be offended. And it's that. Just try a bit of that. That's it. And move the bottom and move the hips. That's all it is. This is why everybody... Not you, Des, you look such a fool. OK, so that's all it is. Now, stop doing it now. Now, we want to get a close-up of... Are you the man for the close-up here? Good. Because he wants to take a close-up. This is a bottom shot. OK? OK. We're going to find out who is the best merengue bottom in Britain. Now, when you hear the whistle... Now, Des, come here.
Oh, wait a minute. Yes, sir.
Come here.
Hang on.
Come here. You're the referee. OK, every 15 seconds, blow the whistle, push another one into me.
OK.
I'll be prepared.
Tell me when 15 seconds.
Hey?
Yeah, he's got the clock.
He's got the clock. Every 15... we want to give you all the same time, you see. OK. Are you ready? Are you ready? Don't worry, dear. Look at that. It'll be all right, dear. It's harmless. I'm harmless. All right, then. OK. On a cue, music. In you come, dear. Come in. There we are. Quick, in you come. Oh, she's got it all, this one. Easy does it, easy does it. Blow the whistle. OK. Oh, this is more like me. Oh, yeah, this will do me. That's it. Just your hips, dear. Keep your knees together, knees together. And I'll get a close-up of it. This is good. This feels nice. Hey?
You don't want me to blow the whistle?
No, don't blow the whistle. Come on. In your cover. Oh, yes.
It's me. Give me the prize.
All right, dear. All right, on you go. God, blimey, she's a big... Music louder. Louder with the music.
Louder music.
All right, in you come, darling. Oh, that's good. You do dance close, don't you? Here we go. Here comes the grasshopper. Oh, yeah, nice. Get a close-up of this. Oh, lovely. Here you go, dear. I'm never going to last now. Oh.
You all right, Bruce?
That's it. Move, dear. That's it.
Do you need any oxygen?
Oh, brother, she's a big one. That's it. Come on, all of them. Come on back. Oh, get in the line. Get in the line. Whose idea was this? Oh, yes, sorry. Right, now you're going to judge who is the merengue bottom of Great Britain by applause, please, OK? You just made it. Well done.
A prize or something?
A prize, I think we have,
prize.
Des.
Where's our flowers?
Where is our prize? It's
Well,
over there in front of you.
There they are. There they are. Nobody told me.
You're right.
I didn't know anything about this.
And that was absolutely lovely. Here's a bottle of champagne. And there we are. And you were lovely. And let's thank them all. Ladies. There we are. Oh, God. Lovely. It worked. Do you know, I got that idea 2 days ago. But why? Why? Can you talk a little bit?
Oh, yeah. You're going to do a little stint at the Palladium. Well, you're going back to the Palladium.
Well, it's all to do with my birthday. It started as a birthday celebration. And that's why I'm coming back to be here for my birthday. And then on March the 9th, I'm going to the Palladium to do my one-man show, which I haven't done for a few years, so I'm looking forward to doing the one-man show. 5 nights.
Why just the 5 nights?
Well, 5 nights, but I'm so glad you asked that. Because on the Sunday, we're going to bring back a one-off Sunday night at the London Palladium.
Oh.
Which I'm looking forward to doing so much. We're going to beat the clock. He's going to be back.
Are you going to say, will you come back can you come back next week?
Well, they can, I won't.
You've got great energy, Bruce. I mean, I don't care what age you are, you've got this great energy.
Yeah, I can honestly say, I mean, when I walked on tonight and doing all that with a guy, when I walk on a stage now, I still feel about 30, 35. And you're probably the same. You go on and it's the adrenaline and just being out there, and it gives you such a lift that you don't feel age at all, you know. But the next stage, I am dreading.
What's that?
And you should worry about it.
Oh, thanks a lot.
No, because the next stage, you know, when you sit in a rocking chair and you can't get it started. When you sink your teeth into a nice big juicy steak and they stay there. When you hear running water and you don't know whether you've gone or not. I'm dreading it, dears.
Listen, as I said, you're, entertainer supreme. I'm not just saying it because you're sitting there, Bruce. You're such a wonderful entertainer. You sing, you dance, you clown, all of it. Piano. Come on. Come on. Thank you. I don't have to say much about this gentleman. Just his name will suffice. Will you welcome Bob Monkhouse? Robert, my boy, very good to see you.
Oh, it's good to see you.
And then pleased to see you.
Oh, what a lovely crowd.
Oh, my God.
What a lovely crowd.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that welcome.
They're bubbling tonight. They are bubbling. Now, you are becoming a regular little Barbara Cartland. You are. You've got another book that you're churning them out like Barbara now.
Yeah, the autobiography sold very well. It was kind of a bestseller.
It's going to be a bestseller, this new one, Over 70. What's it called? Over the Limit?
Over the Limit, it's called.
Good title.
Yeah. I had a hard time actually selling the publishers on the title, Over the Limit. I thought it was a good title because 70, you're over the limit. And they didn't like that. They wanted to publish it in monthly installments and call it Bob Monkhouse's Part Works. Well, I thought, sounds a bit boastful, doesn't it? My kind of life.
Reading the book, Bob,
yes.
it's entertaining, as you always are,
Thank
and
you.
it's educational. We learn things.
Well, I hope so, because I love self-help books. I actually went to buy some self-help books. You know what's the big bookshop in Charing Cross Road in London?
Foyles?
Foyles. And so I wanted the self-help department. I said to this rather stern-looking woman behind the desk, I said, could you direct me to the self-help section? And she said, yes, I could, but that would defeat the entire purpose. So I found it myself, and it's only about a third books now, it's nearly all videos. All the self-help section was videos, and I bought a self-help video called How to Cope with Disappointment. And when I got it home, the box was empty.
You're always right, Bob. You're always right about women with your usual respect.
Yes, but I'm like you. I was brought up to be respectful to women. What I find very offensive to women, and I really think this is not respectful, is that the things that cause them the most unhappiness, pain, contain within their names a reference to the male gender. Menopause. Menstruation. Mental cruelty. You don't even have her-terectomy, you have his. It's so unfair, Dave. You females are entitled to women gynecology, but you get guy. Not to mention hemorrhoids. Do you know something? Just between you and me, Des, and the studio audience, of course, and let's pretend we're on Channel 5 and no one's watching. I find it very difficult to be totally faithful. I have been seeing a rather attractive woman secretly.
What?
Yes. When I say I've been seeing this woman secretly, I mean she doesn't know. Oh, she knows someone's watching, but she doesn't know who. It doesn't always work out having extracurricular activities, you know. It doesn't. I once had an affair with a lady optician. It drove me mad. All the time in bed she was saying, is it better like this or better like that? It wasn't fun. Very upsetting.
You're putting yourself down, but I know and you know, come on, you've always been a bit of a ladies' man.
Well, you understand, maybe you understand the ladies better than I do. I don't understand many things about women I don't understand. I don't understand how, if a man gets a phone call from someone he hasn't heard from for a long time, right? And he picks up the phone and says, hello, it's Dickie, you ugly, bald old pervert, how are you? How are you, you drunken bugger? You never hear a woman pick up the phone and go, hello? Marion, you fat old cow. Where have you been hiding those thick thighs of yours, you wrinkle-necked bitch? Never hear that. Never hear it.
Bob, your books are always full of your amorous adventures, and you must have learned something along the way.
Well, I've learned, as you have, I've learned something about being a husband. There's something I meant to put in the book that I forgot to put in, which was a tip for newlywed husbands. Yeah? OK, if there's any newlywed husbands here, or looking in, never, ever, 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 ever express admiration for another woman in the presence of your wife. No, you can be sitting there, maybe you're both watching television, and you'll say something like, ah, that Joanna Lumley's a lovely woman, isn't she? Silence, silence. Maybe nothing is said for a week. A month, 3 months could go. And then one day, you'll be sitting, maybe it'll be in the evening, you'll be sitting at the table having a meal, and you say, this food isn't very hot. And she'll say, why don't you get Joanna Lumley to warm it up for you? You know, I speak the truth there. I tell it like I see it.
Yeah, last time you were here, last time you were sitting here, you were very funny about your daughter's dog.
Oh, yes.
Is he still living with you?
Oh, yeah, the cat's thrilled about that, you can imagine. The dog is still there. The cat is... my cat is... he's old now, but he tries to look young. He has a bald patch, but he combs his tail over it. That's what, I think... the cat and Jackie and I are used to my daughter's dog. But, you know, I don't pamper the dog. Some people take their pets with them everywhere they go. There's a guy who lives in Dunstable, near where I live, and he's a hang glider, and he takes his dog hang gliding. This is the truth. The man is up there hang gliding, and he's got an Alsatian between his knees. I mean, you thought bird droppings were bad for your car. You haven't got a dog, have you, Des?
I haven't got a cat.
You all know that cats are suave. Dogs are like children. They always have to have the last word. The dogs, they're... Be quiet. Stop barking. Stop it. They can't help it, you know. I had a Yorkshire Terrier once. That's a lovely little dog. A Yorkshire, you know Yorkshire Terrier?
Cute,
oh, they're perfect for washing the car. You just, they're the same size as the bucket. You say, hold your breath in, you go, look, wash it away there, and you go,
phone's ringing.
What the hell is this? Oh, that hang glider's been over with the Alsatian over there. And when he dries out, you can shove him on a stick and dust the furniture. Lovely, lovely dog. I love that dog.
Bob, in the book, you seem to Well, I know you've got a brilliant memory, and you recall conversations with amazing clarity. Have you always had this memory?
Yeah. Oh, it's weird. I can actually remember things that happened before I was born.
Before you were born?
Before I'm serious. I can remember things that happened 9 months before I was born. I can remember going on a picnic with my father and coming back with my mother. Now, that is a hell of a memory. That's a memory.
In both of your books, neither of your books, do you mention your ex-wife? Is that?
I don't know.
No, is that?
Well, no, I don't like to... I wasn't a very good husband in my first marriage, Des, to be honest. I used to do things quite deliberately to annoy my first wife. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. For example, I'd wake up in the morning. God, she hated that. Actually, I guess with age comes sentimentality. I actually wrote a poem about my first wife called I Miss Her Now and Then. Something happened to brighten my life. Last week I ran into my first wife. Then I backed up and ran into her again. You see, I miss her now and then. That poem is a bit sweet. Bit sweet.
Sincere.
Bit sugary there.
Right, just to sort of wind this up, because I've enjoyed every minute of it. In the book, you in the book, you have some wonderful questions to which there is no answer. For instance, why is abbreviate such a long word?
Yes, that's right. I've got about 150, I think, in the book. And there's still unanswerable questions that I couldn't jam into the book. You know, they're questions to which there is no reasonable answer. Why are people who didn't sleep a wink last night so bloody proud of it? And for that matter, why do people who snore always fall asleep first? What about that sign you see on the doors into shops that say, no dogs allowed except guide dogs? Who's supposed to read this? You want more?
No, a couple more.
I got more. What is it about sitting on the toilet that makes the contents of a shampoo bottle so fascinating? Why do people say the alarm went off when it didn't go off, it went on? Why do women say I'm going to have a perm? Perm is short for permanent, but they've got to go back again. And I'll tell you something else. This is the last one. Why does Diet Coke have 1 calorie in it? They got all the others out. What's the problem with this last little song?
Bob Monkhouse! Bob the man! Bob the man!
I take no prisoners.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Barry.
Bob Monkhouse!
Thank you, folks. Thank you.
Beautiful Robert.
Thank you very
Bob
much.
Monkhouse.
Thank you, folks.
Very funny man, great portrayals in Naked Gun of comedy and fine acting, fine timing. Let's welcome Leslie Nielsen.
Very nice to see you indeed.
So far, it's been madness all the way. I'm expecting to conduct a nice, quiet interview with you.
It was certainly, he's a remarkably talented guy.
He's mad.
Oh, he is crazy. There's no doubt about that. He's the kind of person I think who would do anything for a laugh. But that really is, but that's what comedy is, I understand. You know?
Yes.
Ronald Reagan apparently said at one point.
Pardon?
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan, yeah.
Apparently said at one point, he
Yes.
says, politics, he says, I've caught on to it now. It has to be just like show business.
Yes.
What you have to do is you have to have a good opening,
Yes.
a middle, and a good closing.
Yes.
So as long as you have a good opening, you're on the way. I figure that's, yeah. Have we gotten to the question and answer period yet?
We're not getting into the questions yet.
I see.
I want you to feel really good first.
Okay. All right, I feel pretty good, thank you. Very good. Thank you.
Okay, I assume this is this little thing here you have. Come on, Leslie, own up. What is that? It's a kind of a mobile whoopee cushion, isn't it?
That's a little personal. But you might call it that, yes. You want me to show it to the audience?
Show it to them.
You ready? There it is. No, it was something that I actually developed at one time to work on my wrist. I had a very bad accident, so I worked on this device, which, you know, it has a little hole in, and it expels the air, and you can, you know, increase or decrease the pressure. And I'm going to get it patented, you know, as soon as I can get the kinks worked out.
Yes.
You know, as soon as
It's going to be wonderful, that is, when you go to the palace. It's going to be a lot of strange looks.
I spent a lot of time, well, not very much time lately, in the waiting rooms of doctors. They don't even let me stay in there any longer. Excuse me.
Are you going to put that
Didn't you think that Charles did a beautiful English dialect there?
Pardon?
Charles Fleischer, didn't he do a beautiful dialect there?
I thought it was absolutely wonderful.
Quite right, yes. Well, let's not talk about him anymore.
We talk about you?
Yes, okay.
All right. Now, you must be very happy about this whole new career as a comedian. I mean, well, a comedian, comedy actor.
I love it. I've always been a closet comedian.
Did you study to be a dancer?
I certainly, no, you see, that's something he's got. I used to go to the neighborhood playhouse in New York, and Martha Graham, who is one of the modern dancers of all time, and she taught dancing there, and so it was part of my resume or my bio that I studied dancing out of Martha Graham.
I'm not going to ask you, could you dance?
Well, I can't dance. Do you ever see anybody in tights who's bow-legged?
You're bow-legged?
I'm bow-legged. You know, you're not going to get me in tights. I'm not going to do any dancing. That was one of the saddest times in my life when it suddenly dawned on me that I was bow-legged. Do you know what that did to me? That meant to me that I could never be Tarzan's son. Never. Yeah.
You've been
As a
filming
matter of
a new...
fact, you know, Fleischer said about it would be nice to see Jack Nicholson play Tarzan.
Interesting.
Yeah. Be more interesting if he played Jane.
Certainly
But that's just a show, yeah, observation like that.
You've been doing a new film in Thailand.
We did one over in Thailand, and it's I play the opposite of Frank Drebin. I play the kind of like the scuzzball heavy of all time, Colonel Chi, and in the early part of the film, in the flashback, they see that I get stepped on by a war elephant, and it crushes my arm and does bad things to the side of my face. So I wear a mask all the way through it, and I have an arm that is like a Dr. Strangelove arm that's always going for my throat.
Oh, wild.
It's pretty crazy. It's called Surfing Ninjas of the South China Seas.
Hey?
Now, you realize, of course, with that title, you're going to rush to see it. It's funny. Very funny.
And that'll be out soon?
I don't know.
It'll be out. People are going to be wild with you.
Soon.
Leslie Nielsen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Please say hello and welcome to Joan Rivers. Nice?
I'm thrilled to be here.
Is this nice for you?
This is lovely, and I kept telling people in America I was coming over to see you, and they all know you.
Oh, that's
You
nice.
come from here.
Yes.
Yeah, they all go, oh, yes, yes, yes.
It must be nice for you to be here because your husband's English.
My husband's English, and it's the second time I've been over here, and Englishman is just so different, you know. You're the only one that's like I can relate to. I mean, oh, my husband's so formal. I mean, he wears pajamas with vests. I mean, the whole thing is just, you know, very strange at night. It's, I mean, no, like, last night we were, you know, hugging and kissing and carrying on. He kept going, not here, and we were in bed. And it just... How many women are married in the audience? Yeah. How many have children? Did you have easy births or hard? Because I had the hardest birth. I was in labor 108 days. I went, and screamed the whole time. Any woman that has... Do you have natural childbirth here?
Me?
No, not you.
Oh. I'm not having anything to do with this. Yeah, well, natural childbirth,
Where they just... You just have it.
Yeah, but they just pull your lip over your head, isn't it?
You were in the labor room.
That's right.
Actually, I had a very easy birth. I just went, look who's here in a leash. I mean, see, I would have had a lot of children if I could have had them all at once. If I could have had a litter. That's it. Oh, wouldn't that be great? Get it all over with, put down newspapers, go in the closet and go. Keep the ones you like, sell off the runs. I mean, it would be just dynamite.
Sell your kids?
Sure. Sure.
You wouldn't.
We're modern women. You've got to learn to live these ways. Yes. It's a man's world.
But you're really saying it's a man's world and you really believe that?
It's a man can fool around, sleep around, sleep around. Nobody asks any questions. A woman, you make 19, 20 mistakes, you're a tramp. Am I right? It's not fair. That's why every woman, may I just tell you something?
I think you're going to.
Every woman should look good and take care of herself. And any woman that cooks and cleans is a fool. I am telling you right now, a fool, a fool, a fool. Not one of us was ever made love to because we kept the house clean. Because we did the linoleum. The floor's immaculate. Lie down, you hot bitch. I mean, am I right? Any married woman. I don't cook, I don't clean. Tough. He wants a clean house, it's too bad. Once a month, I dust. Guests are coming, I put out a drop cloth, I say I'm painting. I don't do, sure, I don't cook. I can't read a recipe. You know what I mean? It says, separate 2 eggs. I put one on the couch, one on the floor. That's the way to do it. And I shouldn't complain, because I'm thrilled to be married. I was very old when I got married. How old were you when you got married?
I was 19.
I was 28. I wore white also, but...
28?
Yeah. I had a black hem. I mean, I walked down the aisle, everyone was going on. No, but I was so glad. I was the last girl. I come from a very small town called Larchmont. And it's time, my mother had to sign up last girl before motorway. I mean, just, you know, small. And I was dating toward the end.
I'm interested because you're a lady with a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
Right? And that just doesn't appear. It's been with you from a childhood.
Yes.
What kind of guys, would they have to have a sense of fun?
I was dating a transvestite for a while, and my mother said, marry him, you'll double your wardrobe. I was dating a football player. He was do you ever go out with football players? The rugby here, isn't it?
Big guys.
Yes, but stupid. I once said to him, what were you doing all day? He said, I was writing a letter. The letter was A. I mean, he was...
You often talk about people being ugly, and yet, as I said in introduction to you, you're a soft person, very gentle.
Sure.
Yeah.
I've never been good looking in my life, so it's been very difficult.
You don't think you're good looking?
Oh, please. A peeping Tom looked in the window, pulled down the shade. I mean, no, because it all goes back, am I right? It's all sex appeal, right? Either you have it or you don't. My wedding, I had no bazooms.
Pardon?
I have no bazooms. My wedding night, he went into shock. He said, let me help you with the buttons. I said, I'm naked. That's why I'm glad I'm married.
We were having a cup of tea,
yes.
And you were sort of having fun with various people. For instance, I told you I'd been in hospital with Elizabeth Taylor.
Elizabeth Taylor,
yeah.
Yes. You in there together?
Well, yes. No, not together. I didn't want to be the 9th.
She'll do it. She'll get married over and over again just to get that cake. She's the only woman I know who stands in front of a microwave oven and goes, hurry! I like nurses.
You like nurses? Well, that's what she said. She said that the nurses here were a little more concerned. Is that? I mean,
than in
probably
America.
it's because yeah, she said in America, you know, they take you up, you've got to sign forms and make sure you got the money. But here they were very gentle and they cared for you.
Oh, America, they eat. Again with my daughter because it's her birthday, you know. When the nurses, when I was giving birth, I had a nurse apple pie my bed while I was in labor. I mean, But then when my daughter was born, as a joke, a nurse took a puppy, wrapped in a blanket, brought it in. Looks like you. But most women are not nice. Women are not nice to other women, usually.
Well,
the truth. I think men have much more of a camaraderie, you know what I'm saying? Stewardesses are evil to women.
You mean air stewardess?
Oh, the lowest. I said to a stewardess, where's my seat? 3 inches below where it was last year. I mean, they just couldn't care less.
That's nasty. That's tacky.
But men like them.
Well, I must admit that I like to sit on the aisle, yes. I must admit. So a little walking up and down.
And they're always getting your blankets. Oh, let me get you another blanket. Sit by the window, you see the earth. Sit by the aisle, you see the moon.
You've got, despite, as you say, your non-sexuality, you've got a lovely daughter.
Yes, I do.
So how come there aren't any more?
Things have changed. I'm married now 17 years, and things slow down, you know.
What kind of thing?
Well, you fight more. In the beginning, it's wonderful, you know. Anyone that's been married a while, you know what I'm saying? It just changes. The beginning, you say, I'd like to eat out. Right, he takes you out. Now you say, I'd like to eat out. He kicks a dish on the porch. I mean, the whole thing. Once in 17 years, he opened the door for me in a car. We were on the motorway at the time. His mother told him to do that.
Did you get on well with his mother?
Yeah, may she rest in peace. Soon.
Soon?
Yeah. She hates me, Mom, and I don't know why. She never said she hates me, but when they brought out the wedding cake at the wedding, she bit the head off the bride. I mean, and I was thrilled to get married. As I told you, I was 28, you know.
But what about this?
Only one child, though. Also, I'm confused about the facts of life. My mother never told me the facts. Did your mother tell you the facts of life?
The birds and the bees and...
My mother told me, no, I asked my mother, where was I from? She gave me a fake address in Cleveland. I knew absolutely nothing. All she told me was, man gets on top, woman gets on the bottom. I bought bunk beds. I knew absolutely. You don't know.
Look, you're putting yourself down a lot.
Please,
You're saying you're not attractive.
Not
you're
attractive.
saying no good at the mixed wrestling. You're not... there's nothing... I mean, you're saying you do... The cooking, I mean...
I'm the worst.
I saw your husband. He looks fit and well. Somebody's
Because he eats out.
Oh.
No, if you can do it, if God wanted me to cook, my hands would be aluminum. I am not...
That's aluminium. Brother.
Aluminium.
We understand now.
All right. My hands were meant to hold charge cards. This is a perfect fit. That's my hand. I'm not a good cook. I have tips. I serve milk and magnesia for a dip, which is very effective. You never have to make dinner. Where's everyone going? He wants a hot meal. I take a sandwich, I put Bengay in it, I give it back. They don't know what Bengay is.
That's kind of a mustard, isn't it?
No, it's like a thing you put on your chest when you're sick.
You don't put things...
No, I haven't got a chest, I put it on my back. No, bazoo. I went into a shoe store, I said, I'd like a pair of flats. He said, you've got them. Not good. But you're a man, and a very attractive man. How old are you?
I'm 40-ish.
40-ish.
Well, let's say 40 few. Okay.
40 few, all right. Which means probably 56, but a facelift. Do they have facelifts here?
Yeah, well, it's not as pronounced as in America. Everybody's having facelifts.
My neighbor is a very famous star. She's had it pulled and snipped and pulled it, and they took all that extra skin and made another woman and walks right beside her. She's never loved me.
A little clone, your own little clone.
You're never alone. You want to go to the movies? Sure.
I'm just going to say, is your husband, is he a man, is he a man that wants real sexuality from a woman? Or
Well, it's too late.
And obviously you're saying that is not your scene. You're not good at housekeeping.
No.
And you don't cook.
No.
What do you think you are giving to this marriage?
Very little. I think I make him laugh. That's the only reason he hangs around. He waits me to get undressed at night, and then he just laughs. Make mommy put her clothes on. I beg you no more.
Well, I just want to say thank you to Joan for coming over here.
For being so great.
And listen, you must come back. She's great, isn't she? And she's a pussycat, isn't she? She's not a champion. No, don't